Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a mini reading. I wanted to do one before I wouldn't go to bed right away, but I have a a time where I like to do my readings. So I would say around past 12 is when I like to do the readings. Then I usually don't do readings after a certain time, and then that's normally when I start, well, when I like to do them. I saw this interesting, discussion on a YouTube channel. It was from, oh my god, sorry, did I get a stain on this? Maybe. Well, what's that called? So the card is the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know what that is, but that's how to overcome the obstacle, so I'll turn over the other cards. It was about the representation of America or the US, and it was kind of an awkward conversation or discussion. It was a knitter YouTube video, and it was how can Americans have someone like our president represent us with the things that he's doing? And I'm just girl, not everyone voted for him. And there was this other video, and it was kind of funny because she's you guys keep complaining, but who voted for him because he won? I feel like I kind of gravitate towards maybe you would say communities that are in support of what's going on, and I feel like most Americans aren't. And I don't go out of my way to look at I'm gonna turn the cards over, political stuff. Sometimes it just pops up, and there's this other short clip because that was a short clip too, and it was this person who I don't know if you would really con think that maybe if you were judging on that way, get the impression that they would vote for him. And the reasoning, I mean, is because during the candidacy, I guess he was saying something about making the cost of living more affordable, with groceries and what have you. And that was her reasoning on why she voted, but then everything's happening and the prices are skyrocketing. Um, well, aside from the eggs and there's the bird flu. I mean, I paid almost $10 for one cabbage the other day, and I found another place that I'm thinking might be a little cheaper. Not a little cheaper, like a couple dollars cheaper. Maybe I was just getting it from an expensive grocery store. Because I went to this one grocery store and it just felt like their prices were super expensive. So I don't know. And And people that have been living here for a long time and working here for a long time are like, some of them are getting deported. And like, there's the thing with Canada, like, nobody gets into fights with Canada, but apparently now we're kind of like in a fight with Canada. And there's just like weird things going on, and it's confusing. And then people saying that um the fire, well, I'm not gonna get too political in this, like the fire that happened in LA, was it seems, it didn't seem like super natural. Like it seemed like a little this and that. But I'm not sure. Again, I don't really go into deep dives with these types of things. And then the attacks on the East Coast, um, it just seems so strange that it's happening like at this time. I'm not sure, but no, I didn't vote for him. And I'm not saying everybody did from this area or that area. I'm just saying like when I went like on my cross country drive to come to the West Coast, um I saw like it's like in the Midwest towards um closer to the west. There were like a bunch of stores, not like a bunch of stores, but there were stores of like Trump stores like selling his, I guess, merchandise or like things that have to do with him in some way. And so I was like, okay, so this is here. And again, I'm not saying that everyone that is in that area voted for him. It's just what I saw. So like if there's an idea, maybe like there is a percentage that's there. I didn't look at the percentages of who voted for who. But I was just like I know that you went through a lot during that time. And I'm not like disregarding it, but other people like went through it. And I'm not like, I really don't like talking out of my ass, especially with these readings. Like I do Ukrainian readings, but I also don't want it to be like I want it to be, I'm trying to be respectful because like I'm not there, so I don't want to say this way or that way because um I don't know like the exact, well, I don't know if it's necessarily exact like the interaction with Ukraine and Russia because there's some people that have like blended families and have maybe friends that are of the countries that are at war with each other. And um I see like peace for Ukraine. I see some posts that are saying like a Ukrainian band saying like um Russia will pay. So I'm not really sure the direction that these things are going in. Um, so I try to stay in my lane, but I want to be helpful or like supportive in some way too. So, um, oh, there is this one time where Canada was like, uh, it was like getting at the US because they had this commercial out and they're just like, immigrants, you're welcome here. And it was like because of the whole, we need to build a wall for the border and stuff and like um send people back. And I'm just like, Uh, there's just a lot, but here I am. It's a little later for me, so that's why I'm doing a mini reading. I was also thinking, well, I did a video, like it's another kind of cooking video, and I like to cook different things, and a lot of times what I eat is it depends on what maybe like the ingredients are available and are on sale. Today I got like a great deal on, I'm sorry, it's like 10 minutes in. Um, Snapple iced tea. I went to this new grocery store. A lot of times, like I don't know if it's what I do in my fun time, but like I like to go to different like places that sell groceries and see the prices that they have. And it was really cheap. I was thinking about getting more of the juice because I'm running low on juice. And I feel like I'm like making a homestead because I keep like making stuff, but it's nice. Um so luckily I don't know if people don't really like no, apple. I like apple. Peach iced tea because that's one of my favorites, but apparently I don't know if like it just came out, but not a lot of people were buying it. So I'm like, okay, well, I love peach tea, so I guess it's good for me. Um, yeah. I didn't I didn't want to like comment or anything because like I don't know the person, and plus the person, I mean, I do watch her videos a lot, which is like kind of um that was like kind of really generalized, and I'm like, I know that you're upset, but you're not gonna blame like a whole like group that might not even be involved in it. And so it was kind of weird, but there were a lot of people like from America that were just like, not all of us support him. So, and this whole immigration thing, a lot of people that are against like immigrants being here are like people that weren't even like the first settlers in this area anyway. So, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be here either, but it's like it's just kind of weird. But I'm gonna do the reading. I rambled on. So the present is the moon, which is a Pisces card with the death. There's a lot of watery energy, I noticed, because death is the obstacle, along with the Two of Swords. It seems like it's not knowing what to say or even how to comprehend or process something, and it may cause confusion, um, especially from maybe like an outsider's perspective. And it's just like, why don't you just do this? Or why don't you just like, um, if it's like, if you're arguing with another person, like, why don't you just get along? Or just like settle it this way or that way? And then they're just like, we shouldn't even have to do this. And here I am, like I was just minding my own business, and somebody just like kind of got into my territory and tried to claim it for their own. And now it's like, this is a whole thing. I do feel like the Knight of Pentacles is a standing your ground type of card for how to overcome the obstacle. And it really is like, it kind of feels like strategy here with the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords isn't something, it isn't an energy that makes a decision right away. It kind of like looks into what's going on and is more of an observant type of energy, it's in the obstacle position, and the death card's in the obstacle position. Um, so death is linked to Scorpio, and the moon is linked to Pisces, both are water signs. It seems like there is like heavy waves energy, if you will. It's a lot to move around and it's a lot to comprehend. When you mix it with Pentacles or Earth energy, um, specifically Virgo, I'm just naming signs that are linked to the different cards and archetypes and um, major arcana. The Death and Moon are major arcana. So the Knight of Pentacles is linked to a lot of practicality and even critical thinking, and there's a sense of consistency here. And it's like an energy of like hard work paying off. So this also might be trying to play the cards correctly and in a timely manner. Um, I feel like it really is thinking outside the box with the Two of Swords because it doesn't seem like it's straightforward. It may be if there's an external energy that doesn't understand that type of comprehension, it may be difficult to have a discussion or even to include this person in the group. I have the overall energy being the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Cups. This is more of like a religious type of um, representation of the Seven of Cups. And the Nine of Swords is great for this reading if the obstacles and the you have the Two of Swords. The death is how you move forward because death always brings change and death can be endings of some sort, of some sense of completion. But it's still like moving forward. It's like the soul still moves forward. So it might be like in a different form. But the Nine of Swords is nice, as I said, for this reading because it's a card that has answers. And it might not be in a way that we expect or that we want. Sometimes it's maybe it's just thrown at us, or sometimes it's like um what decisions we make with this with the options that we're given. And sometimes we're not given too many options, or sometimes we're given options that seem like it can be detrimental, but it can strengthen because in the future you have the strength card, and I feel like that's a strong stance, especially linked to the Knight of Pentacles. And because both energies have a sense of like standing your ground. And even the moon card, as I said, it feels like there's stuff to uncover, but for some reason, like the overall energy is like answers that will be provided. And then from there, it gives you those lifelines or things that we do in these types of situations. So with this strength, linking to Leo in this reading, and then you have the past with the Seven of Swords. It seems like there's a lot of comprehension here because the Seven of Swords deals with hidden information too. It's almost, it doesn't feel like it's guarded, but it feels like information that we have to learn or research for ourselves. It's not something that's, sometimes it's not even out in the open. Sometimes it's like one of those conversations that make things uncomfortable. And in those cases, when things get uncomfortable, some people just avoid it completely. But it seems like discussions that need to be had. And from there, I feel like it makes us stronger. I feel like it goes up from there with like the sunflowers and the sunflowers. It is where the representation from the deck too, but it could also link to the sun card, and the sun card is not really argued to be the best card in the deck because even if it's reversed or even if it's like in an obstacle position, it's still like the sun card. And it like really um it's like a shining card in the reading. And I do feel like more of a sense of independence from it too, because this strength, although traditionally in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck it has a woman and a lion, and there is like an interaction, you could say that they're separate entities, you could say that there is one within the other, on how we handle things and what strengths we use and knowing what strengths that we have, um, and how we pull those things forward and how we use them in the real world in real time. Like, what are our strengths right now? And how do we make those strengths shine? The things that we don't consider strengths, why don't we consider them a strength? Um, I feel that, well, like, because I'm looking at the deck right now, and isn't this symbol like linking to, or like the letter linking to independence? It just kind of stands out to me in that way. And as I was saying, with the level of strength, it also seems like there's a level of perfection too. Because I don't know how people would view this, but I say a couple things to myself and I keep steady with it because I say to myself, like, I'm perfect in every way, shape, and form. Um, so I don't bring myself down so that my um, confidence is up. There is a sense of support too. Like if your strength um, is being assisted right now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing at all. Um, Sometimes when you're helping people, it's nice for them to know that they have leverage, or it's nice for them to do a lot of the work that goes into it. So it's like understanding and knowing that you can trust yourself in these situations and not um have like doubts. It's I feel like the strength is kind of like giving you that confidence boost to pursue things further. And I don't know if it's bad to be stubborn, but it's good to have like things that you're firm with and you're like there's something just like sturdy about the strength card, and it's like relentless and not wanting to back away from the different things that are true to us. And if we let go of the things that are true to us, then what does that make us? There's like there's like this cartoon movie, um and it's like the monk was like saying in the movie, like, you ask yourself every day, who am I? And like a lot of times for like your periods of life, you might say the same thing, and then for a while, you might like eventually, like it might change. But what does that say about you, and how true are you to yourself? So I feel that this is a good reading, and having that strength in being able to trust yourself, and if you want other people to help you and if you need other people to help you, um, I wouldn't see it as a burden, but maybe it's like me seeing how you can, or how the process is made out to be, and then for the future, you'll be able to carry more things out. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another reading. Bye.